Good morning everybody and welcome to another video. I hope it's not too echoey because we are, as you probably can understand, in the bathroom. It is quite early in the morning. I mean early for Dubai because it's 8:30 a.m. and that basically means that it's like 5:30 back home in the morning. But we successfully adjusted to the time zone this time, which I'm very, very happy about. I woke up, I just did my skincare. I did a little round of these Dior eye patches that are so hydrating. I love them. This is actually the first video that I'm vlogging in 2026, so it just feels natural to me to tell you a few things. I wish you all a lot of health. I think health is the most important thing and one that should never be taken for granted. I wish you to spend as much possible time with your loved ones, lots of happiness, lots of success, motivation and discipline to do what you desire and to really go ahead for things that maybe there are like some things and goals that you have been dreaming of or planning to do for a long time. You know, it's just like feels like from year to year you keep bringing this goal that you would like to do, but it's easier to think that you would like to do it than to just start at the first step. Now, I just recently spoke to a friend and she said for years now she's been planning to do something. And I said, why don't you just start with the first step? Like, first step usually seems the hardest for some reason, but once that first step is out of the way, things start moving so much easier and like it just starts happening then. So wish you lots of laughter and joy and just to enjoy 2026 more than any other year, let's say before. I am pretty tanned, as you can see, and I've entered 2026 as a pretty kind of like a big year when it comes to my business, but also to my personal life. Like if we take everything aside, I think the 2026 will be the biggest year when it comes to my personal life because I'm getting married. Oh my God, sounds so crazy to say it. Filippo is just taking a picture of this little situation here, as you can see, and I wanted to bring you guys outside. Normally every single morning we've had the most insane view here of Dubai, which I don't even know if you can see, but I promise that somewhere there in the distance there is Burj Khalifa, which usually we would see, but today it's pretty foggy, so yeah, it's in the clouds somewhere there. I wasn't going to vlog much in Dubai because I decided to take time off to really recharge batteries, to kind of like just do nothing. So if you want to know what our days look like, we wake up early, go to breakfast, have coffee, go to the beach or the pool, depends. My sister was here with the kids, so we used to go to the beach. Nowadays we kind of, when it's just us, we go to the pool, read a book, literally really do nothing. And it's so funny because we met a lot of people we're staying at the Marsa Al Arab Hotel, and we met a lot of people and they always ask us like, what are you doing tonight? Like, are you going somewhere for lunch? And we just tell them like, no, like we don't go anywhere. Like we're not going anywhere for dinner, or we're not like, you know, unless we went to see our friends, we were not really like going for all these like parties and dinners and things. And they were like, but why? You're on holidays. And Filippo and I, like, we struggled to really say like that's exactly why, because as part of our work life we have to do it all the time. So when we're on holidays we like to do not much, and that's the beauty of it. Eat good food, like walk a little bit more, you know, move, etc. I think in 2026 I will focus definitely a lot more on now the next few months, which are going to be filled with lots of different things related to my wedding. And I wanted to share with you guys my beauty plan that I'm also working on while I'm here because I have time to do that. And that's something I'm kind of like excited for, but also a little bit nervous about because, you know, that's, I think, like a normal thing to feel. One thing I didn't actually film, but yesterday Filippo and I, we did a blood test in the morning very early. So we're waiting for the results, which could be today, could be tomorrow, could be any of these days. But we always do, it wasn't just like a general blood test this time actually. We always do several blood tests. Actually, Filippo's done one like 3 weeks ago, no? But this time we also did something called methylation test. And it's quite actually an interesting topic. It is related to longevity and to the way that, I guess, I can also say it's related to the way that your cells would age and to like a chemical process called methylation, which basically it's sort of like a process in your body that determines which genes get switched on and switched off in your body, and a lot of other things, like also kind of converting certain vitamins into more, like when that you ingest, into more usable forms, etc. So that test takes a while. I can speak a little bit more about it if you guys are interested, because I think these kind of like longevity topics can be quite interesting. And if you want, I can share more. So we've done that yesterday morning. Like the actual methylation test is done from like your finger. And Philippe and I joke it hurts more than the blood test that we've done from vein. I haven't given you our room tour, but basically right now is not the best, because also what you guys don't know is that today we are leaving. We're leaving to Doha. That's also why I'm starting to vlog, because I'm getting back to work. So it's 3rd of January today, so that's it. I think no rest for the wicked, ladies and gentlemen. I also had like a really, really nice time. So this is our bathroom. There was or is still a little walking wardrobe area here, which is now empty because we packed and need to not forget to empty everything. We did a tiny little bit of shopping. We've been here for like 11 days now, but the thing is, I don't really shop in Dubai because I think it's a little bit, well, it depends. It's a little bit more expensive, right? Also, by the way, I have panda eyes, right? I need to fix that. I don't really shop in Dubai unless they're like things that I could not find in Europe. So if there's something that I'm like, oh, I really, really want this, but there's not my size, or I'm looking for this piece and it's not available in Europe, then I wouldn't buy it. How chaotic. But this is our little lounge area as well, which, as you can see, we are just packing now and closing the bags so that we can go and enjoy the breakfast. Before we do that, maybe I can show you what I actually did get at the mall. Oh wow, Filippo! Yeah? There are people swimming so far in the bay, it's crazy. You should see it, come. So this is the bay, right? That's the beach, and there are people like swimming here. I don't know if you can see them, they're just by the orange thing. You probably won't be able to see them because it's quite far, and there's some reflection. But they're like next to this orange thing here, which I think is pretty far. I was trying to find a place to do a proper, like to show you what I got, but it's quite hard considering the mess and the light situation. Also, I know that some of you are wondering about my nail situation, right? No, it's not better. The actual whole nail is RIP, gone. No more nail on the nail bed. I will not be showing you unless you really want to see, because I don't think it's a pleasant thing to see. However, if you want to see, I'd be happy to show, let me know. That's one thing also that I need to now accelerate the growth of before my wedding. I'll start with Alaya because it was something that I really wanted but was sold out in my size in Europe, and we walked in the boutique at the mall and I was like, do you have this? Because it was not displayed outside, and they didn't have them displayed. And then the loveliest lady that worked there, Alice, she brought them out. The reason why I wanted these is because actually these will be very, very handy for one of our next mountain trips. You guys know Philippe and I, we love to go skiing, we love to go somewhere warm, and these are like such nice, like the classic Alaya ballet flats in suede with shearling inside. When I tried them on, they were like more comfortable than Uggs. I cannot even explain how comfy and cozy these are. And over the years, I have seen a lot of shearling like flats. I've even tried a lot of shearling ballerinas, but they never were the right for me. And I think like that these are just perfect, and I love the color, and they're so beautiful and comfortable. And yeah, I tried the sizes 39 and 40 on for in case someone, you know, needs the info, and for me 40 was better, I guess, because of the shearling inside. Oh, this is so cute. Wishing you and your loved ones a year filled with joy and beauty. It's an artwork actually. So yeah, that's kind of how this happened. Filippo said no box, please, because he was carrying the bags. And then I was looking for another thing at Chanel.
How sweet was the lady?
The sweetest. Honestly, the sweetest. Loved her. Well, we went to Chanel before. I was looking for 2 different pairs of shoes. One of the shoes that I was looking for they did not have. It's a mule that I searched for. I wanted to try them on because they are actually available in other places as well, but I really wanted to try the mule. However, they completely did not have any of the mules in Dubai. And then there was another flat shoe that I was after. So yeah, so I'm showing you this because that way you will not miss out on any of the purchases. We haven't really shopped since we were here because, like I told you, I don't really tend to shop in Dubai unless I find something that I cannot find elsewhere. So this is their Christmas wrapping, which normally I would have shown you throughout December, but I think I haven't gotten anything from Chanel in quite a while now. I remember. The shoes are very, very classic. This is cute. It's like a little, I wish they made like a jacket with buttons like these. Very, very classic shoe. Something like perfect for my daily hopping around in Monaco. Right, Filippo?
Yes.
They're like flat Mary Janes in leather. These also come in color navy and they also come in mesh. And this is what they look like. So, is there CC? Yeah. There's a CC in the front toe cap. There's this little bow, like the Mary Jane part is here, and they're just flat. I like them a lot. Do you like them, Filippo?
Yeah.
Filippo is very happy that I've unboxed this so that he can actually get rid of the boxes and stuff. Obviously, we will not be sleeping in this bed anymore. This is what you were placed on. This is the shoe itself. Okay. I like them a lot. I think they're quite cute. Actually very comfortable as well. Of course, not that I needed anything, but it's more that I really wanted those shoes because I really like them and I thought that's cute. So that's that. I'm gonna finish packing up now and I think heading down for coffee, breakfast, pool. And today we're also gonna see our friends. Filippo has a meeting.
No. We have a meeting. 1 at 9:30, 1 at 2.
2? I guess Filippo really meant, yeah, we need to get back to work.
Holidays are over, my love!
I don't know, by the way, yesterday we took some pictures and I realized how much my hair has grown already since I've cut it. I'll insert the pictures so you guys can see it. But that's it. Let's get ready. What is this, Chanel? No, non sono pronta per lavorare.
Le vacanze sono finite.
But what I'm very excited for this year is that I will not be able probably to do as many things because I'm planning a wedding. So this year, you know, like I cannot do as many things as years before because I will be getting married during some of the like peak moments. Okay, we're currently by the pool and I'm so happy that I can vlog a little bit because we come here so early, you guys, that we're often the first people by the pool. So shall I show it to you? This is our daily view. We always have the same bed, same everything. It's the Kinugawa adult pool, so you will not have any children around. And it's nice to have variety, I think, at hotels. It's nice to have options. Obviously, there's like this view and there's the beach right. I think you can kind of see it towards the JEWELLERY. What Filippo and I like, we like a hotel that has variety so that we can have like our family with, like my sister was here with the children and we enjoy the beach or the other pools. But then now that we just want to chill, and what I'm doing basically these first days of the year, I am writing a lot of my goals, a lot of the dreams, a lot of the wishes. I was just speaking to Filippo about the jewelry that I want to have for the wedding, because you know that there's this thing like that on your wedding day, or is this just in Serbia? I don't know, because I asked Filippo and he's like never heard of this, but also he's a man, so you know. There is this that you should on your wedding day wear something new, something old, something borrowed, something blue. So I was saying like, should I maybe have some sapphire jewelry to have something blue? But then I'm more of like, when it comes to color stones, I'm more of an emerald fan. Like, not that I would wear emeralds, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to figure that out when my wedding dress is ready or ready-ish. When I have a first fitting, I will be able to understand what kind of jewelry I want. But anyway, I'm sitting here and I'm basically like writing down things in like peace and quiet and being quite stationary, enjoying, like really just planning ahead. One thing for 2026 is that Filippo and I want to visit some different places, because we are very well known for visiting always the same places, and it's going to be hard because obviously we're going to split our time now between our home in Milan and our new home in Monaco, which is where we're going to spend most of the time. So probably there'll be a lot of South of France, right? But we want to visit some new places, because I feel like every single year now for the past few years we're kind of doing things that we really like, because we discovered a lot of things that we love and we want to do some novelty. So for 2026 I would really love to visit Prague. I've never been to Czech Republic. So what's really helping is that I'm reading the new book by Dan Brown, which is taking place in Prague, and it's getting me very intrigued. Also, want to go to Thailand. I've been to Thailand before, but never been to Bangkok, so maybe we can add that to the list. And then when I told Filippo I want to visit some new places, he said, but what about Japan? Because every year you want to go to Japan. And I said, of course we have to go to Japan, Filippo, because we have to go and get more of this. Oh my God, Filippo's showing me the cutest dog video ever. So cute. Because we have to buy this sun lotion, and this is literally, guys, we bought this in Japan. This is the best SPF ever in the world. The way that this feels on the skin, I cannot even explain to you. It's the Biore UV Aqua Rich Protection Lotion, SPF plus, PA+++++, which is like the best sun protection you can have. Yesterday I posted how much my hair has grown since I had it cut 1 month ago only. And I said, wow, my hair is growing so fast, and you guys know why. And I had so many questions from people asking me why. And then I realized, like, maybe people don't know what supplements I use. Which, by the way, I didn't take today, my supplements. I bring them in my beach bag. Did I take them already? No, you took them, right, Filippo? I bring them every day in my beach bag, so that way we don't forget. And honestly...
Guys, can I say something? I am that kind of guy that never really had any link with, longevity and vitamins and everything. Guys, I promise, I'm taking this because, of course, my wife to be used to be a pharmacist, and because she is the founder of Noah. So, to support, I'm like, okay, let me take. I never took anything. Okay, I always been blessed. I sleep like a baby. I'm kind of healthy, right? We don't drink, we don't do anything. So I start taking it, and to be honest, you will see the difference. Your gut, your sleeping, but the most amazing thing, you know what it is? The clear of mind.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it's very easy to, it's very easy to digest it. How do you say?
Yeah.
It's very easy to swallow. I love it. And to prove that...
And Filippo doesn't like taking any.
No, I don't.
Capsules.
I don't. But to prove that I take it every single day. It tastes like green tea.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a mochi or whatever.
like matcha.
No, guys, it's really, really amazing. Just give it a chance, but you need to try at least a couple of months.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For me, like with Noah Slim, I noticed the difference immediately.
No, me,
With hair, you have to take for
this
months.
for 2 months now, because of course we started before.
Ew, me like so long.
Huh?
Me much longer.
Yeah. It's really, really amazing, guys. Just try.
Filippo was hard to convince, because he never wants to take anything, so he was really the hardest person to convince. But then when I started telling him like what's inside, and I educated him a bit more, and then when he started taking it, he was like, now I like it, because actually you start feeling really like, I personally feel lighter. So he feels like more mind clarity, and he feels like better sleep and metabolism. But I feel like so much lighter when I take Slim, and so much more like in tune. Especially the meals that I take this with, which is breakfast, is just, for me, it's like the best. Sometimes if I know I'm gonna have a heavier meal later on, I take it later on, but it really, really, really helps me. So yeah, that's a little update from us from the poolside at Marsa Al Arab Hotel. It's a new hotel and it's really, really beautiful. Several hours later, it is now 10:20 and I am so sleepy because these days we've been really going to bed quite early, first of all. Second of all, you know when you spend like a day by the pool, you get a lot of sun, and then at night you're like kind of shiverish and cold because you've taken a lot of sun in, and then like at night you're like exuding the heat out. Well, I'm hoping I'm gonna sleep, even if it's for like an hour. I think this flight is just 1 hour long, even though it's like the most ginormous seat ever. Like, look at this. Even my bag has a chair, which is kind of crazy. And I've been traveling with my cargo. I love this bag so much. Which I never really do. I'm not really like bringing Birkins to the beach, I think. Maybe like a mini Constance or Kelly or something like that, but like never been like someone that brings this bag to the beach because it's canvas. It's so actually easy, and like it fits my book, my agenda these days and everything. And right now it fits like, I can't even tell you all the things that are inside of this bag, but it's quite insane. I'm gonna listen to an audiobook. That is it. I guess I'll see you guys in Doha. Look at this tired face. Very tired holiday, lazy face basically. Hello, my loves. I don't even know what I vlogged last, if I'm very honest. I just know I'm getting ready now, and I'm gonna need a lot of effort because I spent the day by the beach today. I went to the gym after, showered, did like face mask, LED mask and all of that good stuff, but I really need like a nice little hair proper doing, which I have not done. I'm doing it tomorrow. And by the way, we're not in Dubai anymore. We are in fact in Doha. I wanted to kind of like tune in for this first video of the year, and I wanted to talk to you about all the changes that Filippo and I are making for 2026. And it sounds pretty drastic. It is actually the most drastic year, I would say, that we have started ever, but it is the year of us getting married. How many times did I say that in this video? I don't know. I am actually, if you guys would like to watch, when we come back home, I can sit down and do a little sit-down video that you can watch or you can listen to as podcast, in which I tell you all different methods in which I am achieving my goals and which I'm planning to achieve my goals for 2026, because we have more goals than usually and more things that we want to achieve. It's a very, very special year for us for so many different ways. It's a year of changes. Again, it will be unlike any other. We are currently putting so many things in place that I cannot even tell you. Like the paperwork to live in Monaco was quite extensive also on top of everything, which I think is quite understandable, but that's another story and I can talk about it if you guys are interested as well in one other video. But until then, I just wanted to tell you, we are by the way getting ready because we're going to the mall. But before we, and I'm not gonna go like this because obviously I'm not gonna go with like an open midriff to the mall in Doha. I mean, not that you wouldn't be able to, but I wouldn't feel comfortable or respectful. I love the culture here. I think I said it so many times. And I just love being in line with how it is here. But anyway, that being said, I wanted to tell you lots of different things that we are actually changing in our lives this year. And I'm gonna start with the usual one. So many of you will know that every single year from 1st of January until my birthday, which is on 16th of March, I would completely give up refined sugar. When I say refined sugar, I mean everything kind of sugary that comes either from an oven or from like a bag. So fruits don't count. I do eat fruits, or like if I'm really, really craving, like terribly craving something sweet, dried date never hurt anybody, or did it? I don't know. They are rich in sugars, but not the bad kind of sugars, you know what I mean? So that's the whole point, giving up on bad sugars. But this year is a little bit different because I'm actually doing it for longer than my birthday. So my birthday will go without a birthday cake. Or maybe I will make an exception just for the birthday cake, but I think I will not make an exception for the birthday cake. And I will proceed without refined sugars until my wedding day. Now, many of you also know, if you have been following along, that I'm gonna share my wedding journey with you guys, like preparation, like beauty treatments, probably choosing some of the things, bits and bobs as we go, but I am not sharing too many details just because, yes, like date and things like that, just for the safety reasons of the guests and myself, and Filippo, of course. That counts, right? Let me just quickly change the top so I can get ready, and also Filippo needs to put something on. Okay, I was gonna wear this jacket, but I'm not gonna wear it because I want to wear my Birkin picnic. And honestly, when we come back to Europe, it's gonna be winter. I'm not gonna have an opportunity to wear it that much, so small change of plan. Instead, I'm gonna wear this. Okay, this is cute. The baby hairs are insane, which reminds me about my supplements. I mean, I can't really say that the supplements are part of my new year, new me, because have you seen how much my hair has grown even since my last cut? If that's not a testament of doing something right, then I don't know what is. But that being said, I basically am, besides quitting on sugar, quitting also on some carbs, which I have to be very honest with you guys, it's the first time in my life I'm doing something like that, and it's very intense because you guys are witnesses on how often in a week I would eat pasta and pizza. I mean, I live in Italy, so what do you expect? However, it's not that I'm going to be cutting on carbs as much as I'm going to be increasing the amount of protein I take, because I've done this big test from like that analyzes your body. I have no idea what's going on my neck. What are these marks on my neck, Filippo? Look.
It's just because when you stay like this
I
the
think
whole
like
day.
a fish. I'm developing a breathing on the neck. How do you call it in Italian?
No, it's just because you stay like that. Look.
How do you call the what fish?
Branchie. Go down with the head. You see? That's how you stay. That's
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You do. But anyway, let's do my routine.
I was just telling them about me taking more protein, eating more protein.
Sorry guys, how do I put this up there? Okay. So guys, forget Tamara.
This is terrible framing.
It is? Anyway, my routine is this one. I cannot promote it because we don't promote everything. And that's it. That's it. And you will see, guys, my skin, how it looks like when I finish with this treatment.
By the way,
Yeah.
your wifey-to-be ordered you 2 more of these.
Okay.
One
Now,
for your beauty bag and one for Monaco.
just a second.
Ow.
Now look. Now my skin is
You already look
amazing.
younger.
Then my friend Francesco Ragazzi, Reservation Suite 909. And how do you put the fragrance? Excuse me.
Okay, I'll move.
It's like that. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's it. It's so beautiful. You should try, guys. And that's it. Now I'm gonna do my hair. You wanna see how I do my hair? Just
Yes.
a second.
We all want to see.
So, 2 elastic, number 1 and number 2.
Thank you.
First elastic is for to do the first ponytail,
Yeah.
which is like that.
Very
That's it, right? But then you have all this thing hanging out.
Okay.
So,
And then?
elastic number 2 to tie it up all together.
This is a hair tutorial.
That's it. A little bit of a kiss to my
I
wife
was
to be.
just gonna say,
Mwah.
you're missing the secret
And
ingredient.
goodbye.
Thank you, Filippo, for showing us.
Pleasure, my love.
Appreciate it. So no sugar, refined sugar until my wedding day. No meal without a protein. So no matter what, each meal has to have protein in it, which for me by now, I'll tell you, I used to have meals which were solely based on carbs. And okay, vegetables, I love vegetables, but just no protein whatsoever, which is something I'm gonna change. And especially as we age, muscle composition is so important, especially skeletal muscle. So I've done the whole analysis of my body, including the body mass, the body fat, the skeletal muscle composition, bone, whatever, everything. And I actually need to build 3.5 kilos of muscle. And actually I have to gain apparently as well as some fat, which is a bit weird for me to even think. And I'm gonna really work on getting myself to be a very, very fit bride this year. So ever since the beginning of the year, we worked out every single day, but worked out in a different way. Normally I would do a lot of Pilates, but now I'm gonna also diversify my workouts by also lifting a little bit. And when I say lifting a little bit, I just mean like a little bit of machine here and there to improve the muscle mass and the muscles in general. Now, I need to change things, right? So those are like some fundamental changes. I can actually go through a lot of my beauty, self-beliefs and things in one of the next videos. So let me know if you guys want to see that, and I will sit down and film a proper without the distractions video talking about all the changes, how I managed to do it, is it hard, is it not hard, what I do when it's hard, and all of that good stuff. We're gonna go to the mall and we're gonna go for a nice little dinner in Doha, which I have no idea where we're going for dinner. The mall here is pretty insane, and one thing you will notice when you see me coming to especially Doha is that I never actually get to film much content because it's very difficult here to film and not to film anybody around, and people here, they do not like to be filmed, so I don't want to stress anybody out. I don't want to film in public places. I would love to show you more, but it's quite challenging to film without actually inconveniencing other people who are just here enjoying their time, you know? So if I can capture something, I'll do, but in case you see I'm not filming, that's fine. Another day at the gym. Guys, it's a new day here by the beach. I'm making some plans for 2026. Lots of goals, lots of things, lots of dreams, lots of plans. And we're having lunch, and I'm sure you want to see what I'm having since I've told you that I want to have protein with every single meal. So we have grilled chicken, lettuce with avocado and olive oil, and broccoli. And I'm not going to eat all of this because it's quite a big portion, but it's about balanced meal and eating protein. If I ordered just what I wanted every day, I would have just had a plate of pasta all day, every day, for every meal. Or a pizza, you know, because I love pizza so much, but it's quite hard to have pizza and protein. The idea is also not to cut down things as much as to add protein to every meal, which for me is very hard because I'm not a big meat eater, unfortunately. More of a fish eater, I think. Yeah, we'll manage. Anyway, my sunglasses are so dirty, but they've been my favorite sunglasses this holiday. I'll link them below in case you're interested. Wow, I even look like I'm wearing the same outfit that I wore last time you saw me. And also, I'm always filming in these most unflattering angles, so I either look like very unfortunately, I don't know what, but yeah, whatever. So, this is our last day away. I don't want to say on holidays because actually both Filippo and I started working. In fact, Filippo is currently at a meeting, whereas I am kind of getting ready to go. I want to go and check out the Stadtgeist brand pop-up at the mall. So that's what I'm going to go and do. I'm just packing the bag that I'm wearing, and today I'm going to be wearing the Valentino the Van bag. But that's not what I came here to tell you. Filippo went for his meeting, and you know what I did. I went through some of my daily non-negotiables. Like I've told you, some of my non-negotiables are no refined sugar this year, no meal without a protein of some sort, so no carb only meals, and I did my LED mask. In fact, I did 20 minutes on my face and then I did 10 minutes on my growing finger, because actually LED is known to repair, sort of, besides boosting collagen for your face and things like that, it is actually reparative. So I'm hoping it's kind of going to have a positive impact on my finger situation. I don't know. I bring this one everywhere. I have a few LED masks, but this one's really great. I'll link it below as well for you guys in case you're interested, because I like how it lays flat. So when I travel, it's very easy and compact to bring, unlike the ones that are quite rigid. And obviously you can't pack them in the luggage Whereas this one, you can remove the battery, so you can pack it in your luggage and just bring this in your handbag, which is great. But then I did a face mask. Every single day of this year, I actually did some sort of face mask or self-care treatment. I did my skincare and then I got ready. I'm not actually wearing makeup on my eyes, as you will see just a little bit of my skin. But I wanted to finish this video explaining a few little things that I feel like I haven't actually mentioned. So the reason why this year is not new year, new me, but it's a year of really me trying to implement some new habits. And I really am using my wedding as a motivation, because I've discussed last year in one of the videos at the beginning of the year, we can never rely on motivation. You need to rely on discipline. And my non-negotiables this year are no sugar, no protein-free meals, no weeks without 3 times workout. And I actually facilitated myself and like I kind of helped myself to stick to that by making some rules. So I said that basically twice a week when I'm watching the video, my video that is going live, I'm gonna be on treadmill. And then the third time as well, I'm gonna work out. So I have to make sure that it's like third time as well. I'm usually quite good with making like progress and being disciplined. Like you guys know, I'm on day 682 in my Duolingo. I really, when I make my rules at the beginning of the year, I stick by them because I practice. And as the days pass, I just kind of remind myself that I need to practice. So those are the little things that I do. I am not the new Tamara. I'm still same old me here. So I don't know how I'm gonna do during fashion month and during busier times with this routine, because so far I managed to actually work out every single day of the year, and I managed to have pretty much really healthy meals. I'm actually going to insert to you today's lunch and yesterday's lunch, so you guys can see in case you're curious what I ate. But overall, when I come back, I'm planning on sitting down and filming a video about all the changes that I'm making and all the systems I'm putting in place, which are going to help me in also busier periods of time to stick to them. Because the hard part is not really like saying, okay, I'm gonna quit. I don't know if you guys smoke, please quit smoking. I mean, I don't think it's really like a thing. Who smokes in 2026? It's not bringing anything good to you, right? So let's say you say, I'm gonna quit smoking in 2026. It's not the decision that is hard. It's more like, how do you actually make sure that you stick to the decision? And I think it's first by identifying what could prevent you in persevering. So first you need to identify what is it that is your enemy number one, and then try to eliminate that. And if you guys want, I can speak about that a little bit more in the next video, which I think, which is basically the next one. So let me know what you guys think. I think this video was a little bit about everything and nothing, a bit of like last days of holiday, back to work, New Year resolutions, and I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. We are back home because this month is going to be heavy with furnishing Monaco apartment, with sorting some things there, with like, you know, we always do our like skin mapping and annual dental check, and we want to do another blood test soon to see kind of how like these like dietary changes are affecting and our bodies, etc. So lots of things that I need to bring you guys to Milan too. I hope you enjoyed this one. Easy, kind of mellow, getting started with 2026. And I will see you in the next one. Please don't forget to let me know what are your New Year's resolutions. And if you don't have anything that you want to change, if you ask me, that's absolutely fine. You should only change the things that bother you. You should not really be putting yourself under pressure to be changing things that are imposed to you by the society, or that anybody else is telling you to change and you don't feel like changing, even if it's bad for you. You know what I mean? You should only really change things that you're ready to change and that you feel like is the right timing for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.